I want to feel safe in my own four walls, my own brick four walls, my home, but the planet is also my home, and I'd quite like to feel safe there as well. And I don't at the moment, and I feel quite vulnerable. And I'm not saying that that's, as a disabled person, I'm not sure whether there's any difference in that.
When you're trying to survive and you're getting done by the bedroom tax, your benefits are all cut, it's really hard to focus on anything else other than living, other than just being and putting food on the table, not thinking, oh, I best buy organic, or I better not, I best walk to this place, or I best not throw away this plastic bag into the bin.
Our inactivity, our cognitive dissonance to nature, our ecological illiteracy, our blindness hinders us from bringing solutions and to bring a well-being.
Climate change is the middle class people, like you alluded to, who talk about it. They're the ones who've got time to think about the climate and what the weather's going to be like in so many years, and the polar bear is going to have somewhere to live in 20 years.
I think a lot of working class people believe climate change is a thing, but I think they don't believe they have the power to do anything because we're working class people. I think they believe the power lies with the more intelligent kind of scientists and the politicians who can implement change. But I think as history shows, like, working class people are the backbone to any society, so we can clearly make that change.
Environmental change and climate change is probably an issue that working class people have on their mind, and I think that we champion just as much as a middle class person. It's just that the media and the social media and the people with money get a bigger voice on bigger platforms, and therefore we hear their thoughts.
Where the working class community, they're actually thinking about how they're going to survive and what's their kids going to eat tomorrow. So they're thinking about the survival of their kind and their DNA, where the rich middle class are thinking about the survival of polar bears and the penguins, and they got the money to be comfortable, so they got time to ask other questions. But I think the working class, they're backed into a wall right now. They're working 40 hours a week just to pay bills and so on and so forth. So even if they do care about it, they probably don't have the time to talk about it.
Finding your environment quite difficult, which I do on a day-to-day basis. I don't find my environment particularly easy. I'm thinking about steps, and I'm thinking about where I'm going and what I'm doing. I'm really quite aware, I think, more than a lot of people, of where I am in the world. And so I think there is something about then your bigger environment, where when you pan out from your tiny street and your tiny house and where you live, and you go, yeah, that's not safe either, and I need to navigate somehow the environment.
Those things take a bit of a back foot because you've got so much other stuff going on your plate. How can you and when can you fit in those other things to think about them? Do you know what I mean? In a way, it's kind of like a privileged position to be able to think about climate in that way.